So my question was, are you thirsty? I was talking about this Norwex party I went to. The lady was totally prepared. Sometimes I feel super unprepared. But she had like little folders that have like the clasp or whatever, where you can like combine and bind everything together. And I'm going to try to stop here. He's going to wake up. I just know he is, but we'll see. So you can like bind everything together. She had it all together. She had a catalog for everyone. She had a wish list for everyone. I don't know why it's saying I'm having a low battery when I'm clearly plugged in. She had a catalog, a wish list, card. I don't know. I was chasing Brantley around, so I wasn't really paying attention. But my mom had gone to a party before, said she wasn't going to have a party, decided to have a party. There were a bunch of people there. The host coaching was like super on it. And so she was really, really good. So she did the whole thing. She had a really cool thing. Everybody went home with a prize because she said to my mom, if you have 10 guests, then everybody's going to go home with a prize. Genius. So I'm sure that I've heard this before. I'm sure that it's been talked about. But it was really nice to see it in action. So she had a ton of people there. We went home with a prize, which was amazing and awesome, because I love free things, and it made me feel like I should really make sure that I buy a couple of things if she's going to give me free crap. So my mom was really motivated because she really wanted, I don't know what all she wanted, but she just wanted to buy a bunch of stuff. So she was really motivated to buy it, or really motivated to have a good party. So my mom has been telling me, because my mom knows me and my love of incentive trips, that this lady was trying to earn a trip to Hawaii for her husband. Like, she had already earned it for herself, but she was trying to earn it for her husband. So after the party, we were talking about how, my mom's party went, different stuff I was ordering, and I asked her, how close she was, how much longer she had. My question to ask her how much longer she had, and made my sister-in-law go ahead and host her party in June. So this lady was able to convince 2 or 3 people to host a party because she sold the product so well. And Norwex kind of sells itself too. Like, it's a pretty awesome product. But she sold it so well that several people wanted to host a party. And it was really cool. So I asked her, I asked her how close she was. She said she was like 7,000 points away, but she still had like 10 parties left this month. And I was like, what? Like, we're like almost halfway through the month and you still have like 10 parties left. And so I was like, that's awesome. And so I said, how many parties do you usually have? And she said, well, like 10 or 12. And then I was like, what? Again, because 10 or 12 parties to me is a lot. And that's just being honest, because I've been in up and down and I just haven't focused as much on parties because a lot of my customers have been really like keeping my business afloat, and that's not necessarily how it should be. So when I talked to her last night, it said to me, you're not doing this right. You're doing it okay, but you're not doing it right. If that makes sense. Like, you're doing it enough that you're doing well, and people know that you're a Scentsy consultant, people know that you love the product, but are people falling in love with the product because of you? Are people sharing the product because of you? Are people motivated to host parties because they are so impressed by this stuff that they want it for free? One of the things she said to me was like, what's your big ticket item? Like, for us, it's a mop. And for me, it was, so I said, well, probably our diffuser because it's $130. And who wants to spend $130? Not very many people, but they might want to spend $65, or they might want to get it for free. And so she is like, I don't know exactly how like their party base works, and I don't know like what their rewards look like. And my mom said something like something about like we don't offer as much as they do, and I thought, I bet we do, but I'm not selling that. I bet we do offer as much as they do, or close to, but I'm missing a piece of that puzzle. So, I mean, every single person that was at that party got something for free because there were so many people that attended. And she did a ticket giveaway. She talked so much about the opportunity. And I fail to talk about the opportunity a lot. And so I was like, okay, well, that's kind of crazy. Why is this not awkward for her? Because it's awkward for me. It's like an elephant in the room. But it's not awkward for her, because for her, this is something that helps support her. It helps support her family. If she has 10 parties a month, and she said she makes $200 to $300 a party, she's making like $2,000 to $3,000 a month, if that's true. And that's just on her PRV. Not to mention that she probably has a team because she's earning trips. And she said to me, because she said 10 parties. I was like, I wish that I had 10 parties. And she was like, well, you must be doing pretty well. You're earning trips. And I was like, well, I'm not earning the next one. And I kind of word vomited that out. But I thought, and she said, well, you have a baby. And I'm like, that's not a freaking excuse. Like, or that is an excuse. Like, that is an excuse. Like, I have a baby, but I also have a husband who's more than capable of taking care of him. And what is wrong with me? And so it just put this, like, the whole perspective. Like, we watch each other do this, and we watch other people do Scentsy, but it was a whole nother level to watch someone else do something else. Because I was able to see in her and in her business what I don't necessarily see in other people's businesses. I don't go to other consultants' parties. We do trainings, and there are videos like of fake parties, but like I don't go to other people's parties. And so it was just a different experience. And so it just made me realize that I have a dry mouth, and I didn't notice. So I didn't realize how thirsty I was, or how thirsty I should become. So I guess the real question is, are you thirsty? And how are you going to quench your thirst? So how do we quench our thirst? And that is a huge question. If you are really thirsty and you are really motivated, I don't think, just logistically, and maybe not logistically, but realistically, I don't believe that it's necessarily possible for me to earn Mexico. But it is possible for me to make enough money that if I wanted to take a trip in January, I could. It is possible. It is possible that I can set myself up for success in the fall. Because whatever the trip is going to be, it's going to be incredible. I know that it's going to be incredible because I've heard Heidi and Orville ask the question, what do you want, about 4 million times. They have said, thank you, Christina, that's really sweet. They have said about 4 million times, like, what do you guys want? What do you want? Do you want this kind of trip? Do you want this kind of trip? Do you want options? Do you want a top earners trip? And here's the thing. I keep thinking about people who were on these trips, and I keep thinking about how much money they make. And I keep thinking about what the heck is happening? What is so different? I am not doing enough. I have not taken time. And when you think about businesses, you have to think about what is your return of investment. You get in what you put, like you get out what you put in. Also, what I saw last night was that lady had an attitude of gratitude, and she was a giver. She gave, and she sold her product. We have amazing products. People buy our products, whether they're buying it from us or they're buying it from Pink Zebra or they're buying it from Walmart. They buy our products. So we have to make it happen. And so whatever you got to do, you just got to make it happen. If you're thirsty, you got to quench your thirst. Get yourself a big old cup of motivation. This is water because keto. And quench your thirst. Quench it. And then you got to find other people who want to quench their thirst. Who have a thirst for maybe not Scentsy, but they have a thirst for something else. And you got to delve into that. Put your focus on parties. She booked 3 parties. 3 parties last night that I know of. Well, 2 parties, but then my cousin was like, well, I want to have a party too. Never would I think that she would want to have a party like that. But she was impressed, and so she wanted to book a party too. And I'm like, I don't have enough money to be buying all this stuff. Also, why aren't all these people booking Scentsy parties? That's what I want to know. But for real, I mean, totally different realm of things. And I shared with the lady last night that we have a lot of products that I use, like cleaning products that I use, and that I believe in the product, and I'm not concerned about the chemicals and all that stuff. But I don't know. I just felt like I've been processing this since last night, and just thinking about what it takes to be super successful, what it takes, and you got to decide how intense you are about it. Like, you got to think about, what is it that I really want? And if you're not thirsty for more, hi Elise, if you're not thirsty for more, you're not going to get more. Nina, I'm glad, because it was really eye-opening for me too. Like, it was really something that, I mean, when she said she has 10 parties a month, it like shook me, like almost to the point of like embarrassment. And not really, but like mostly because I like word vomited and said, oh my gosh, I wish that I had that. And I really shouldn't, but who cares if we're transparent? Who cares if we're transparent? Like, what does it matter if people know what I struggle with? So I just think that sometimes we lose our way. It's kind of like a diet. Like I said in the beginning, I just drove past Tim Hortons, and I love Tim Hortons donut holes, and I can't get them because I'm on this keto thing. And it sucks a lot. But it's kind of like that. Like, you got to be thirsty enough to want something bad enough to do it. And so with Scentsy and with your business, you got to be thirsty enough to ask people to have parties. You got to be thirsty enough to book parties, to continue to book parties, to ask people to have parties, even if it feels awkward, or even if it feels uncomfortable, or even if you're just really struggling and you don't even know where you're going. Timbits are so good. They're so good. Okay, I have to stop talking about it because they are amazing. And I didn't even know they were so good until World Tour. Yes, Nina, we have potential, but we forget that we have potential. Every single person that is in this group. And when I say this, and not everybody's going to watch it because not everybody in this group is thirsty. 6 of you right now are thirsty enough to watch this video. Every single person in this group, every single person has the ability and has the potential and has the opportunity to quench your thirst in a way that is incredible. And if you think that you can't do this, you're going to be right. I don't think you can't do this, but I'm not you. So I can't make your decisions for you. But if you think that you can't do this, you're going to be right. And I've been there. I have done that. I have watched myself go from confident and positive and thirsty to meek and mild and survival. And I don't like that me. I like the me who is motivated, pushes for the things that she wants, and really strives to be successful. That's the person that I love. That's the person that I want to be. The thirsty version of myself. Because I don't, when my son goes to school, I don't want my husband to say, you need to go get a job, because I already have a job. And I just really want something to change. And last night was a really good, me too, Christina, me too. I just last night was just such a huge motivator for me to say, what the heck am I doing wrong? Why is she so different from me? And she's not. The difference is she's taking time and she's taking effort and she's working towards her goals. Who cares if you're tired? Who cares if you don't want to do it? Who cares if you're busy? If you are thirsty enough to make something happen, you will make it happen. I was super thirsty for that Mediterranean cruise. Let's not talk about the fact that I didn't go, but I was super thirsty for it. I was super thirsty to earn a level 4 trip. And I freaking made it happen. Yes. We all do it. The top of the top, the bottom of the bottom. We all have ups and downs. We all tell ourselves that people are going to say no. We all have mountains and valleys. And it's not because we don't care. It's just because we don't get thirsty enough to do it. And you can tell when someone's thirsty. You can tell when someone's faking thirst. I know that sounds crazy, but don't necessarily believe when you see people who are thirsty, don't necessarily think that they really are thirsty. Like, I believe that the home party is definitely coming back. I think that people want to be around other people. And I tell my team that. I think that people want to be around other people now because we are so used to being on our phone. And so people want to be around other people. And what I want to go back to what I was saying, because here's the thing. And this is what I mentioned. I don't see Christina have parties. I don't see Janae Sexton have parties. I don't see Jen Audette have parties. But I did see that lady do a party last night. And I saw her thirst. I saw her motivation. I saw her work. I didn't just see her on Facebook. There are a lot of people that you can see in this group and out in the real world that you can see who appear to be thirsty, who appear to be doing what they're doing. And I'm guilty of this too. I'm guilty of looking that way. My team know me very well, so they know when I really am thirsty and when I'm not. And I'm just being truthful because I'm a pretty transparent leader, and I struggle a lot with some of that motivation because I lost a lot of my thirst. And what happens is when you look at those people and they're not really thirsty, and you think they are, and then they stop doing things for a while, it makes it look like it's not easy. And it makes it look like you can't do it. But it's not about them, and it's not about what they do. It's about your own thirst. It's about your own thirst. It's about your own abilities, and it's about your own desire to make crap happen. And until you realize that you can do it, you're not going to. Right now, 6 of you are thirsty enough to watch this video. Later, more of you will be thirsty enough to watch this video. I'll be honest, I'm not usually thirsty enough to watch videos. That's just the truth. Can I watch a video instead of watching Hulu? Yeah, I can do that. I can work on my business instead of watching Hulu. I can put my kid in his exerciser to watch a video and make out postcards or thank you cards or whatever, just the same as I can put my kid in the exerciser to do laundry. I mean, I'm not saying that I put my kid in the exerciser all day, like that's not my babysitter. I'm just saying there are alternative things. Why are we not focusing on the things that we want? And why are we just sitting around being lazy? And I'm saying this about me, not anybody else. But why are we just sitting around not being motivated and not being thirsty and not quenching our thirst? I mean, if the quenching of my thirst is to do things, that's what I need to do. Kind of like with a diet. If the quenching of my thirst is to go take a walk or to eat a salad, then that's what I need to be doing. But instead, I eat sugar. Or instead, I drink a pop. So it's like, it's the same thing. You just got to be thirsty enough to want it. And I feel like I'm rambling now, and that's okay, I guess. But the majority of what I want you to understand is that you have to be thirsty. Have I said thirsty enough? Because today is Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. From now on, Thursdays are Thirsty Thursday. The crap you don't get done in the rest of the week, you're going to take on Thursday and you're going to get it done. Thirsty Thursday. How thirsty are you to get it done? How thirsty are you to make it happen? How thirsty are you to have an average of 10 parties a month? And I'm going to guarantee, I can't guarantee, but I'm going to say she probably has 10 home parties a month. Because Norwex is a very much in your face kind of product. And I don't know about you, but I have double PRV at my parties, at my home parties. Oh, Tiffany, you can come back and watch it later. That's okay. I have no idea what my phone is at. It's plugged in. I'm really surprised that the baby has slept through this whole thing. I think God wanted you guys to hear this because he never does that. As soon as the car stops, he wakes up. I think I needed to process it. I think that you needed to hear it. I think that we all need to take a second and say, what do I want? What do I want? So I'm going to make a Thirsty Thursday post, and I'll make a post, and what it'll say is, I'm thirsty for. And you're going to click that picture, and you're going to save that post, or save that graphic. Then you're going to, that dude is super creepy. Sorry. You're going to save the post, you're going to save the graphic, and you're going to fill it in. I'm thirsty for. And I'm going to leave plenty of room. I'll make lots of lines so you can really fill it out. Because I want to know what you're thirsty for. Because I think that when we start to help each other, we will start to grow. And at some point, we missed that with our new people. The last year and a half have been different for our team. And I know that Christina will understand this. But the last year and a half have been different for our team. And we need to go back to thirst. We need to go back to helping each other. And I feel like we've started to compete against each other, and we've started to deflate, and we've started to lose people, and I don't want to. And I see a generation of consultants that have just recently joined our team who are highly motivated, who are thirsty, who are ready and willing to make it happen. And so let's help each other. So if you gotta go through that Thirsty Thursday post and you gotta find two people, send them a group message and say, I love what you're thirsty for. Let's work together. I love what you're thirsty for. Let's work together. And I think that when we start to focus on each other and we start to get back to basics and we go, you know what? Facebook's not working anymore. Let's focus on home parties. And we say to our best friends, listen, I really need this. I really need to relaunch my business. Can you please host a party? Ask them what they need in their life. What is a problem that the people around you have, and how can you solve it? When I went to buy a car, I said to the car salesman, I said, I teach my team that we aren't selling a product. We're selling a solution to a problem. And you've probably heard me say this too. But we are selling a solution to a problem. So I don't really know what the problem is of the people who I'm selling to until I ask them. But I have, one of my biggest problems when I started using Scentsy was that I had cats, and cat litter is the worst. And so, and I don't have much time left because I really have to go visit my friend because I have to go back to whatever, but my baby still sleeps, so that's fine. But I said to him, what my problem is that I want to reduce my amount of debt and have a reliable car. But that's not what happened. And I ended up buying a much more expensive car from him because the manager saw that there was a need that we had somehow for a bigger car and for something more flexible for us. And it worked. And whatever, my husband must have said something that made the guy think that he wanted to buy something new. I don't know. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, if I need a solution, if I want my home to smell more natural, I'm going to probably want to use my diffuser more, and these are the fragrances I'm going to want. If I love to smell candles, but I don't want to flame, I'm going to go here. What are my areas? What are the things that I'm missing? If I don't know, there's just so many things. We all need to clean our house, so that solves a problem. It's just a matter of what people need, what people want, and who we're selling to. Everybody has money. Believe it or not. Everyone has money and everybody's willing to spend their money. It's whether you can sell it, them on what you're selling. That's really it. So I'll make a post now. That's if you're just kind of jumping on and you haven't been watching, try to go back and watch the video so you kind of know what's happening. But I'm going to make a post and it's going to say, I'm thirsty for. And you know, I want you to fill it in and I want you to post. And then what I want you to do is later tonight when more people have posted, I want you to go through and I want you to read them. Please, 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 please post this. Please be thirsty enough to post this. Please. Because I would love for y'all to connect with one another. And I want you to post, I'm thirsty for, fill in the blank, post it, repost it under the post that I make and say, I'm thirsty for. And then when you see a couple others, find a couple other people who you love what they're thirsty for, add them in a group message and say, let's be accountable for each other. Let's help each other. Let's do the damn thing. Excuse my French, but let's do the damn thing like the Bachelorette says. Like, let's get it done. Let's make it happen. Because you can, and you will, if you're thirsty enough. Okay? All right, guys. Happy Thirsty Thursday. I so can't wait to see all the amazing, great things that you do. Thank you for helping me to be accountable to myself as well. Thank you for pushing yourself. Thank you for being thirsty enough to watch this video. And let's do this together. Love you guys.